Step number one is we're going to head to your search bar, your address bar, and we're going to type in your URL for your website, whatever that might be, your .com, for example. And then after you've typed in that, you're just going to go /wp-admin. Now, you can obviously do this whichever way you should please, but this essentially is how you're going to get to your WordPress admin dashboard in the simplest and easiest way. Here you are. We can add in your username or email address and your password here, and that will get you to the admin dashboard. Once we've reached that, all we need to do is come over to plugins, and we're going to go to add new plugin. That's our next step. So that's step number 2. Number 3, we're going to head up to search plugins here, and we're going to look for Duplicator. Just type that into the search bar just there. And that is going to follow us on straight to step number 4, where you will not be surprised here. We need to activate and install that plugin. There we go. Just hit install now. Hang around for a second while that installs, and then we're going to hit activate. So what we're doing today is we're going to give you a really detailed step-by-step guide on how to back up your website, covering absolutely everything. So you're going to be able to skip to whatever point you want. You're going to be able to come back to this as a reference, and we're also going to do it very quickly and for absolutely no money whatsoever. So this is nice and easy, straightforward, fast, and free. So with that in mind, back to where we were. For our next step, where Duplicator has now been activated, you get dropped to this screen right here, which is the backup screen. You of course have just installed this, so there's no backups found. So we need to just go over here and hit create new. Here you've got 4 options, so let's break them down. Firstly, name your backup. You don't have to do that. You can just leave it exactly as it is, which is what I'm going to do. Next up, we can expand this here, and this is the storage option. Now, we're just using the free version of Duplicator here, so we don't actually have the option to do things like send our backup to your Amazon services, Dropbox, Google Drive, OneDrive, anything like that. In order to do that, which is incredibly useful, you want to get Duplicator Pro. But for now, we're not going to worry about it. We're going to do a storage location, which is quite simply a local storage. So that's fine. So we're just going to close that. Let's expand the next one, the backup zip file itself. Again, with the Pro features, you could select exactly what it is that you want to back up. But today we're doing a full site backup, so we don't have to touch this. Let's close that one up. And the final one is the installer. So here, all of the options are, all of the values are optional. You can see it says it just here. But what you can do is you can add password protection to your backup. I recommend doing that. And that is everything you need to know about this section right here. Once you're happy with that, we can just go next to start the scan. The scan won't take very long, just a few seconds. It will depend on the size of your website. And there we go. It's done already. Took a grand total of 8 seconds. And all you want to do is check that everything is good. Or if there is a notice. If it does say notice there, you can go ahead, check, make sure everything looks good. I know it is because I've done this many times before. Provided you don't have anything that's red here, which I don't think I've ever seen come up, then you're all good and you can go ahead and click on build. This is going to start building your backup. Here we go. This is now building your backup. This may take a couple of minutes. So in the meantime, we'll just sit back and relax, but not for very long. We're already at 60%, and we'll come back to this as soon as the backup is complete. There we go. The backup build is completed there, and it's giving us the option of 2 files, both the installer and the archive file. We want both of these. So our next step is quite simply to download both files. Once they're downloaded, this is what you're going to get, your installer.php file and also your archive file just here. Now, what you want to do is essentially keep these safe. You might want to drop them into your Google Drive, keep them on an external hard drive. You just need to make sure that these are available. Now, the problem that we might incur here is, of course, we have done a backup on this particular day at this particular time, and that is the last backup that we have should anything go wrong. So if you don't do a backup for a week, 2 weeks, a month, it's easy to forget, then you might land yourself in a bit of bother. However, what you can do is you can set regular backups to occur. And of course, if you do have a problem, you need to be able to take one of those backups and you want to be able to restore your website. So in order to restore your website from this backup or a regular backup, you want to click this video here. And to set up regular backups, you want to click this video just here.